Hi students, here you have the new topic that is civil disobedience movement. And before we study the non-corporation movement, the people they are refused to cooperate with the Britishers and British made laws. Now the beginning of the civil disobedience movement, the people were break the colonial laws that was made by Britain. As a result of breaking of colonial laws, the first instance was the people they were broken the salt law that britishers imposed tax on salt. So we know that salt is a daily use essential food items in our daily life. So one of the important demand of the people was to remove the or abolish the salt tax, but british government not consider the demands of the indians, so they were broken the salt laws and they were boiling the leadership of mahatma gandhi. The people they were boils seawater and make salt, and different types of demonstrations were conducted in front of the government offices or the factories that made salt. And in the earlier part, Salt Satyagraha and civil disobedience movement, the two are combined together by Gandhi. And here, as a part of the civil disobedience movement, the people were tried to disobey and also broken or break the salt laws made by or passed by the British government. As a result of this, many of the village officers they were boycotted their jobs, and they were boycotted foreign clothes and picketing the liquor shops, and peasants refused to pay revenue tax or chowkidari taxes to the landlords, and many of the officers were resigned from their jobs. And the britishers made a law that the tribal people they were not entered into the forest area. That means some of the forest area britishers made a reserved forest. In reserved forest the indians they do not have any right to collect food items or graze their cattle. All these laws were break by the indians as a part of the civil disobedience movement. The non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement is different in the case that non-cooperation means the people they were refused to cooperate with Indians. But in the case of civil disobedience movement, the people were break the British made laws or colonial laws. The British government they were worried the development that had taken place in India as a result of the civil disobedience movement. So they were trying to suppress the revolt of Indians, and the violent clashes were happened in many places of India. The Ghan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, a devout disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, was arrested in April 1930, and the angry crowds they were made a different demonstration or picketing liquor shops etc. were conducted in many places, and at last Gandhi himself was arrested and entering into Delhi. It was not allowed by the Britishers. And many of the popular leaders or Congress leaders were arrested by the Britishers as a part of the civil disobedience movement. And Ghan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, a devout disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, was arrested in 1930. And at last, Gandhi himself was arrested, and the Britishers not allowed the Mahatma Gandhi to enter in Delhi. And the people enraged by the people, so the british government tried to suppress all the meetings and all the agitations of the indians. So as against this the people they were attacked the police force, municipal building, whatever the symbols of british administration all were destructed by indian people, and a peaceful satyagrahi were attacked and women were attacked by the Britishers, and numbers of people were killed by the British people or British officers. As a result of the brutal repression followed by the Britishers, so Gandhiji decided to once again call off the civil disobedience movement, and he entered with a pact with Lord Irwin in March 5th, 1931. That is Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Under this pact, the Britishers they were invite Mahatma Gandhi for the second roundtable conference, and Gandhi went to for the second roundtable conference in London. And from the meeting, Gandhi was very disappointed, and they were agreed that to release the political prisoners. That means those people were arrested in India. The major political prisoners were the British government tried to release them. These were the one of the demand or one of the agreement made in the Lord Irwin Pact and Gandhi and Irwin Pact. And Gandhi was disappointed with the meeting and returned to India when the situation was very crucial. The government, the British government tried to adopt new cycle of repression, and they were suppressed the demonstration, and they were not released the popular leaders of Jawaharlal Nehru and Gan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. They were all in jail, and repressed a series of repressed method followed by the Britishers. Gandhi again relaunched the civil disobedience movement, and at last 1934 the civil disobedience movement lost its momentum. Topic that is the how participants saw the movement. That means the civil disobedience movement, many of the social groups they were participated, and each of the social groups have their own aspiration and their own needs to participate in civil disobedience movement. And here different groups were participated, and this, some of the groups, one of the important that is a rich peasants communities participated in civil disobedience movement. That is the Patyas, the Patidas of Gujarat and the Jats of Uttar Pradesh. They were the active members of civil disobedience movement, because the reason was that due to they were the commercial crops producers, and due to the bad harvest and the collapse of trade and falling of prices, it creates a lot of financial crisis to these people. As a result, their income were diminishes or reduced. So they these people they could not pay their revenue to the British government. So they were demanded to in order to reduce the revenue demand, but the Britishers not allowed to decrease or diminishes the revenue of the Patidas and Jats. So they were became the active members of the civil disobedience movement, and they were forced some of the young peasants and rich peasants to participate in this movement. Those who are reluctant to participate in civil disobedience movement, these people, Jats and Patdas, they were forced them to participate in this civil disobedience movement, because they have the intention that to reduce the revenue tax or revenue that they had to pay the Britishers. For them, the Swaraj means to reduce their revenue that imposed by the Britishers. But at last they were disappointed, because the reason is that for them a fight for Swaraj was to struggle against their increasing revenue. But they were deeply disappointed. That reason was that Gandhi called off civil disobedience movement in the year 1931 without revise the revenue paid by the people. So Gandhi once again start this movement, but these people they were not participated in civil disobedience movement. That means Gandhiji idea of Swaraj, that people are taken in different way. That means people are interpreted in different ways. The another group that they were participated in civil disobedience movement, they were the poorer peasantry. The poor peasantry they were also participate in civil disobedience movement in order to reduce their rent. These people, the poorer peasantry, they were paid rent to the landlords, and they were not interested to the lowering of the revenue demands. But for them, they wanted to reduce their rent. They were paid to the landlords, so they were ready to start a lot of radical movements and start join with the socialist groups. But the Congress party they were not interested with the no-rent campaigning of the peasantry. So this made a clash or dissentment with the peasant people and the congress. And so these the group, that's in peasantry group, they were participated in civil disobedience movement with the intention of to reduce their rent. I'm repeating, different groups they were interrupted the idea of Swaraj in their own ways.